Welcome back to iReview. When it comes to home defense, standard long-barrel shotguns can be a major liability in tight spaces. Today, we're shifting our focus to compact shotguns, purpose-built platforms designed to deliver maximum stopping power without sacrificing maneuverability. When you're navigating narrow hallways or securing close quarters, you need a tool that performs seamlessly. In this video, we're breaking down the best short-barrel and compact shotguns on the market, analyzing both highly practical defense setups and top-tier tactical builds. If you're looking to optimize your home defense loadout, you're in the right place. The Mossberg 590 Shockwave, the undisputed king of compact defense. When it comes to home defense, you don't always want a massive shotgun you'd take into a duck blind. When space is tight, you need power, but you also need to be able to move around corners without bumping into walls. If we are talking about the best compact options out there, we have to start with the one everybody knows, the Mossberg 590 Shockwave. At this point, it is basically an icon in the tactical world. When most people think of the Shockwave, the 12-gauge model immediately comes to mind. However, Mossberg also makes this compact powerhouse in 410, and that completely changes the game. The 410 version is incredibly lightweight, coming in at just over 4 pounds. It utilizes a pump-action mechanism built on Mossberg's legendary and reliable 590 receiver. Because it features a unique bird's head grip instead of a traditional shoulder stock, it remains incredibly short and avoids certain heavy NFA regulations in many jurisdictions. Handling the Shockwave is where it truly shines. Because it is so light, you could carry it all day and barely notice. For moving around the tight confines of a house, it is absolutely perfect. You find yourself gliding smoothly around corners rather than awkwardly knocking over lamps with a long barrel. It is highly maneuverable, and depending on your local laws, it makes for a fantastic truck gun that you can easily tuck under a seat. It is undeniably fun to shoot, and that short barrel gives you a nice wide spread right up close where you need it most. While the original script notes that budget alternatives, like the Charles Daly Honcho, can cost about half as much, the Mossberg 590 Shockwave commands a slightly higher price tag for its brand reliability and build quality. Generally, you can expect the MSRP for a standard 590 Shockwave to sit around the $500 to $600 mark, depending on the caliber and specific finish. While that might seem a bit steep compared to imported clones, you are paying for a proven, battle-tested action. At its core, the 590 is a working man's gun, but in this specific small package, it is entirely dedicated to defense. My quick take is this: your environment should dictate your caliber. If you live down in Snake Country, the lightweight 410 model is an absolute no-brainer. But if you're up in Bear Country where stopping power is non-negotiable, you are going to want to stick to the 12-gauge. It has a learning curve, sure, but once you master shooting from the hip or the high-ready position without a stock, it is an essential piece of hardware. The Rock Island VR14, semi-auto firepower in a mag-fed package. If a bulky bullpup just isn't your style, but you still crave that semi-auto firepower in a mag-fed package, we've got a unique technical evaluation for this iReview session. Enter the Rock Island VR14. At first glance, this compact powerhouse screams AR-15, but make no mistake, it is entirely its own beast. From a technical standpoint, the VR14 is built for customization and rapid reloads. You are getting a full-length rail up top, perfect for mounting your preferred optics, alongside plenty of additional M-LOK or Picatinny rail space on the handguard for lights and lasers. Unlike a standard AR platform, the charging handle isn't at the rear. It is attached directly to the bolt carrier for quick side charging access. Out of the box, it comes with a standard 5-round magazine, but a massive tactical advantage is its cross-compatibility with Rock Island's higher capacity 9 and 19-round VR series magazines. Actually shooting the VRF14 is, frankly, a wild ride. While the pistol grip provides a solid hold, the lack of a shoulder stock means your forward support hand is doing a massive amount of work just to keep the muzzle steady under rapid fire. It is crucial to remember that firing heavy 3-inch shells with a stockless setup is undeniably tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's a relaxing day at the range to dump mags of heavy loads. However, the mechanical advantage of being able to slap in a fresh, fully loaded magazine in mere seconds completely changes the dynamic of an engagement. While you might expect a steep premium for this kind of modularity, the VRF14 sits in a highly competitive bracket for semi-autos. You can generally find it on the current market hovering right around the $500 to $600 range. For a specialized mag-fed 12-gauge that bypasses traditional NFA short-barreled shotgun restrictions, it delivers a tremendous amount of hardware for the price. In close-quarters defense, it is incredibly hard to beat this kind of semi-auto horsepower. It absolutely demands respect, and you will need to put in the reps and training time to master controlling the recoil without a stock. But if you value the lightning-fast reloading of a magazine over meticulously thumbing shells into a traditional pump-action tube, the VRF14 is a devastatingly effective tool to have in your arsenal. The Serbu Super Shorty, the ultimate backpack powerhouse. If you are looking for a ton of firepower in a weird ultra-compact package, we have to talk about a true classic. For almost 20 years, this specific gun has been the definitive name in super compact shotguns, the Serbu Super Shorty. From a manufacturing standpoint, the Super Shorty is essentially a heavily modified powerhouse built from either a standard Mossberg 500 or a Remington 870 receiver. Because of its unique manufacturing process, it is legally classified as an any other weapon, or AOW. This classification is a massive advantage for buyers, as it requires just a $5 tax stamp, instead of the usual $200 NFA tax stamp for short-barreled shotguns. The dimensions are where it truly shines. Featuring a tiny 6.5-inch barrel, the entire firearm measures only 16.5 inches long. To put that into perspective, it easily fits inside a standard backpack with plenty of room to spare. Capacity is limited due to the size, offering only 2+1 rounds of 12-gauge. So, is this tiny package meant for range fun or for serious defensive work? The answer is both. It provides raw 12-gauge stopping power that you can legally and practically take almost anywhere. However, physics dictates that firing full-power 12-gauge loads from a 16.5-inch platform comes with a cost. While the forward-folding grip helps you control the muzzle, shooting heavy slugs out of this thing will probably rattle your teeth. While the incredible $5 tax stamp is a huge selling point and saves you $195 right off the bat in federal paperwork, the upfront cost of the firearm itself reflects the custom gunsmithing required to cut down and re-weld these receivers safely. You can generally expect to pay north of $1,000 for a genuine Serbu Super Shorty on the current market, making it more of a premium niche investment compared to mass-produced models. Sure, having only a 3-round capacity might give some people pause in a high-stress scenario, but you have to weigh that against its extreme maneuverability. If you find yourself having to defend a very tight hallway, or if you need a dedicated defensive tool for inside a vehicle, the Serbu Super Shorty is a devastatingly effective and easy-to-handle piece of hardware. The SR410, the revolver shotgun hybrid. If we are looking for another unique take on the compact shotgun concept, we have to look at a revolver that shoots shotgun shells. It sounds completely weird on paper, but the SR410 is actually a pretty brilliant piece of engineering. Mechanically, this is essentially an upsized wheel gun. This specific version features a slightly longer 12.2-inch barrel paired with a standard 13.25-inch length of pull on the stock. Despite the added stock and barrel length, it remains incredibly compact and lightweight, weighing in at only 4.5 pounds with an overall length of just 24 inches. The core mechanism relies on a 5-shot cylinder that pops out to the side, allowing you to reload it exactly like a standard revolver. For the trigger pull, it gives you the flexibility to fire rapidly in double action or cock the hammer back for a more precise single action shot. Because it utilizes a traditional stock with a standard length of pull, the SR410 is much easier to shoulder and shoot than you would initially think. Its incredibly slim profile and lightweight mean you can easily stash it in a pack or even carry it in a large belt holster if you are out in the brush. The familiarity of the revolver manual of arms makes it highly intuitive to operate under stress, eliminating the complex cycling or gas system issues that can sometimes plague compact semi-autos. While an exact MSRP isn't pinned down in the script, unique imported revolving shotguns like the SR410 typically hover in the $450 to $600 range on the current market. For a hybrid design that effectively bridges the gap between a pistol and a long gun without requiring NFA paperwork, it offers a lot of mechanical novelty and practical utility for a relatively modest investment. It is easy to dismiss a 410 revolver as a gimmick, but do not sleep on the 410 cartridge. When you look at the raw ballistics, a 410 slug fired out of this barrel has nearly double the muzzle energy of a standard .357 Magnum. Whether you need a rugged camp gun, a snake dispatcher, or a highly reliable home defense tool that anyone can easily pick up and operate, the SR410 is an undeniably potent little package. The SS211, the weird and beautiful over-under. Last up for this eye review session, we have something completely different. While pump actions and semi-autos dominate the tactical space, the SS211 is a tiny over-under shotgun that brings a completely different flavor to the compact defense market. Mechanically, the SS211 strips a classic sporting design down to its absolute bare minimums. It features a 10-inch barrel and a stubby little stock, bringing the overall weight to a mere 4.5 pounds. It is built with extreme portability in mind. The barrel comes off easily, allowing you to quickly break the gun down and stick it directly into a bug-out bag or backpack. Once disassembled, the longest single piece measures only 16.5 inches. Aesthetically, it punches above its weight class with a crisp trigger and a classic walnut stock that features aggressive checkering for a remarkably solid grip. Despite looking like a novelty, the ergonomics are surprisingly well thought out. The stubby stock is actually just long enough to comfortably shoulder, and the addition of a thick rubber butt pad does an excellent job of taming the recoil. When you pair this ultra-lightweight platform with 1 3/4-inch mini shells, the felt recoil drops significantly, making it a genuinely great gun for beginners to handle. To put it simply, it is a weird, beautiful, and surprisingly capable little shotgun. While an exact price tag isn't pinned down in the initial script breakdown, extremely compact imported over-under shotguns of this style typically sit at a highly budget-friendly price point. You can usually find them on the market somewhere between the $150 and $300 range. At that price, it serves as an incredibly accessible option for anyone looking to add a unique breakdown utility firearm to their kit without a massive financial investment. It is easy to look at a 10-inch double barrel and dismiss it as just a fun range toy, but its practical applications as a survival tool are definitely there. The sheer simplicity of an over-under mechanism means there is virtually nothing to jam or fail under stress. If you need a reliable, utterly straightforward camp gun that takes up almost zero space in your gear, the SS211 is a fantastic choice. It bridges the gap between old-school aesthetics and modern ultra-compact utility. And that wraps up our look at the top compact shotguns for home defense. Whether you're leaning towards the raw capacity of the TS12, the mag-fed speed of the VRF14, or just the classic reliability of the Mossberg Shockwave, there is a compact powerhouse out there for every setup. Which one of these would you trust in your home or tuck under your truck seat? Let me know your top pick down in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mechanics and performance of the best tactical hardware on the market. Thanks for watching iReview, and we'll see you in the next one.